Okay, so you're going to want to prep the nail by pushing back the cuticle. I don't use any water or oil for my prepping of the nail, only because it may cause some lifting. You're going to want to cut away any excess cuticle. Okay, and then you're going to want to give your nail bed a quick buff just to remove any shine. You're going to want a dull, dry nail bed before starting. And then you want to shape your nail. And then you're going to want to dust off your nail base. You don't want any particles on there. You want a nice clean nail bed. Okay, so I'm going to start with step 1. And I prefer to dip my client's nails 3 times. It's your preference. If the nails are a little shorter, you may want to dip only 2 times. That is a possibility, but I prefer 3 times. So for your first layer here, you're going to want to not go all the way up to the cuticle, only because you'll have some lifting if you do all 3 steps directly to the cuticle. So after I apply, I just wipe my brush and then you dip. You're going to want that to dry for a second. Brush off any excess. Okay, and then you're going to do your second layer. Again, don't go all the way to the cuticle. Okay, wipe your brush and dip again. Tap. Okay, let it dry for a second, and then you can brush it off. Now your third step, you're going to want to go up to the cuticle, but you're not going to want to touch it. Go up as far as you can without actually getting it on the cuticle. If you get it on your cuticle, you're probably going to get some lifting there. Make sure you do all the sides. Then make sure you get the free edge. Wipe your brush and dip again. Okay, so once you've done 3 dips on each nail and all 10 fingers are done, whether you do 2 dips or 3 dips, again, it's your preference. What we do here next is we're going to want to activate with step number 2. Okay, and you're going to want to make sure when you're using the activator that the whole nail gets activated. Free edge, sides, and by the cuticle. Okay, and then you're going to wipe your brush and you're going to repeat for each fingernail. And this is going to kind of bind everything together. You don't have to put too much, just a thin coating is fine. So you're going to want to do all 10 fingers the same exact way. And then this is going to get you ready for your filing and your buffing. So once you've done all 10 fingernails and the activation has dried, this is where you're going to want to do your filing. So you can file your free edge, and then you're going to want to file by that cuticle area. You can use a drill, you can use a file, whatever your preference. So you're going to want to do the sides. Make sure nothing is standing up by the cuticle. Shape the sides. And you're going to want to see a dull finish throughout the whole fingernail. And then you're going to want to give it a quick buff. And then you're going to want to do the same thing here. Give it a quick file along the free edge. Make sure you file that back cuticle area real well. Always make sure you file the front towards you. And then give it a quick buff. File down your sides. Okay, and give it a quick buff. Shape your nail. File your cuticle area and the sides. And then you're going to give it a light buff. Shape your free edge. Really concentrate on that cuticle area. Okay, so once you have activated your nails and filed and buffed your nails, you're going to want to go ahead and activate for a second time. And you want to make sure that you cover the whole nail completely. You want to do your free edge and the sides. So when you're applying your activator, you want to make sure that you're getting your free edge and all the sides of the nail. So this is actually capping the nail. You want to make sure that you get the tip of your free edge. And the reason why you want to do that is if you're on the computer, you may get some breakage at the tip here, or it may crack or chip. So this will prevent any chipping or cracking. As long as you make sure that you get the free edge, it should be fine. Okay, make sure you activate the sides and your free edge. Okay. And you're going to want to let that dry for a second. And once you've activated all 10 fingers, now you're going to go into your last step, which is step number 3. And again, you're going to wipe your brush in the inside on the wiper. Just a thin layer is all you need. And now you're not going to want to go all the way to the cuticle with your first step here. Leave a little bit of space. And again, you're going to want to cap the nail. So you're going to do all 10 fingers the same. Make sure you get the sides and then cap that free edge. Just a thin layer. You don't want to put this on too thick because you're going to go back and you're going to do a second coat. Okay, you're going to want to leave your hand flat just so you don't get any runs or anything. It's best to leave it flat. So after you've done your first coat of the finishing gel, which is number 3, you're going to move on to the second coat. And this one you're going to want to get right up to the cuticle. Again, don't touch the cuticle because you will get some lifting. And you're going to want to make sure that you cap that free edge on the second coat also. Not too much. You could do a thin layer. And then cap that free edge there. Okay, and then you're gonna want to lay the hands flat until they dry. Good 3-4 minutes, and they should be dry.